Miller Homes Group is proud to bring you MHG Life. We have miles of coastline, big cities, small towns, wide open spaces in West Texas, the piney woods of East Texas, massive ranches to intimate little condos in cities, a proud history and heritage, and a future that's brighter than most states. This is MHG Life. Hi, this is Terry Miller, and welcome to this week's edition of MHG Life.
And we're here with Mr. Coben Reynolds. I have a strange question to ask.
I've probably got some strange answers.
I know what that. Is the strangest thing you found during an inspection?
A founder happened.
Both.
Okay. I've got a trunk of this stuff. Aside from odd things in the attics, like a mannequin back there, something your light hits and scares you to death. Strange.
Oh, he's having to think hard.
No, this is, I'm going to go from strange to almost embarrassing. So I go to this house in Longview. I still remember the house. I don't know why I can't get it out of my head. And the lady there was just a beautiful lady. And she leaves me there in her house. And the electrical panel's in the closet. So I'm sitting there taking the electrical panel off, and I drop 2 screws. I take the panel off, I do my job, put it back up, and I'm on my hands and knees going through trying to find those 2 screws I dropped, and I realize that I'm picking up panties. And then I realize that lady is in the doorway of her closet looking at me, and I'm like, I promise you this is not
what it looks like.
I dropped the screw.
Yeah.
So that was the most embarrassing.
Yeah.
The strangest things is some of the ingenuity that people can come up with to make things work.
Oh, no.
And there's just a handful of those, from stairs, certain custom stairs, to those WTF moments, you know?
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Like, wow, are you serious?
Yeah.
Electrical issues, hazards. I had to get back to you on some real specifics, but there's a lot of them.
Yeah, I saw a guy wire a whole back porch. There's a plug coming out and going in the wall, and he wired a whole back porch off a plug. Laundry.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, thank you for coming and joining us this week. We'll be right back to MHG Life. This is MHG Life, sponsored in part by the following.
We can show you how to save money on your insurance without sacrificing important protections for your home, auto, and more.
All you have to do is go to thegooseheadguide.com, enter your home address, and click Let's Do This.
Normally when shopping online, you get inundated with phone calls from multiple agents. Here, you get a licensed insurance professional from our local office reviewing your situation and making a qualified recommendation from within our portfolio of over 80 carrier options.
With Goosehead Insurance, FOP Agency, we know time is money, so we'll save you both.
The greatest feeling in the world as a real estate agent is getting a couple into their first home and putting a couple into their last home.
No matter how big Miller Homes Group may become, they will always be your hometown real estate company.
We make our money the old-fashioned way. We sell you a house. I want to be one of the ones that everybody runs to and says, there's a model. They take care of their customers first.
Miller Homes Group, your hometown real estate company. Find an agent online at millerhomesgroup.com.
Getting a home loan shouldn't feel like an obstacle course. At CMG Home Loans, getting a loan is simple. Our loan officers are here for you every step of the way. With over 2,000 5-star reviews, when you're ready to buy or refi, we'll work together to find the loan you need for the home you love. CMG Home Loans. Simplified, trusted, committed.
Welcome to this week's edition of Talking with Terry. This week I'm going to talk to you about homeowners insurance. It's the thing that we forget the most when we're buying a house. And I've had an insurance agent on, my personal insurance agent, and he's awesome. Colin is awesome. But whoever you use, I want to make one thing clear to you. Get them involved early in the process. And the reason for that is you're buying something that the lender has to make sure is covered with insurance and all those things. So the roof may not be good, this may not pass, this may not, all that. Now you've had an inspection, you got your inspector out there, and the inspector is always going to write on the inspection report, have roof looked at by a qualified roofer. That doesn't mean you need a roof, okay? But your insurance agent needs to come out, needs to look at the property, do what we call a clue report. Any claims have been filed on it, what's been filed on in the last 5 years, this type of thing. If they paid for a new roof and it doesn't have one on it, well, that's insurance fraud. Somebody took the money, they owe you a new roof, okay? As Colin said in the interview with him, insurance companies don't want to pay for claims twice. They just don't do it. So what we want you to do, you get your insurance company involved, and that way you know if you got too high of a rate or this, that, or you got too high of a rate, maybe you need to shop it around, okay? I use Goosehead. Some of the other guys use State Farm, some local stuff. But I prefer using an independent that shops me and my property instead of trying to fit me into one of their programs. He finds somebody that fits what my needs are. So get involved. You've got some great insurers out there, and what you should do is get them involved from the very start. Get that information over to the lender as fast as possible, because that factors into your payment. Let's say your payments, they figured your payment at $1,850 a month, and maybe your insurance comes in $50 cheaper a month and you're at $1,800. That saves you $600 a year. That helps pay a water bill. That helps pay a car payment, okay? That's pizza for the kids on Friday. Those are things that are important. Always, always get the insurance company that you're going to use for your homeowners up front and involved in deal as soon as possible. This is Talking with Terry, and we'll be right back with MHG Life. This is MHG Life, sponsored in part by the following. I'm Terry Miller with MHG Life, and if you've ever thought about having a title company represent you and do what's right for you when you sell or you purchase a home, Terry Title is my choice. TerryTitle.com will do everything you need to make sure your home purchase goes smooth on the title end. You can reach them at 903-991-3512 or TerryTitle.com. The greatest feeling in the world as a real estate agent is getting a couple into their first home and putting a couple into their last home.
No matter how big Miller Homes Group may become, they will always be your hometown real estate company.
We make our money the old-fashioned way. We sell you a house. I want to be one of the ones that everybody runs to and says, there's the model. They take care of their customers first.
Miller Homes Group, your hometown real estate company. Find an agent online at millerhomesgroup.com.
Getting a home loan shouldn't feel like an obstacle course. At CMG Home Loans, getting a loan is simple. Our loan officers are here for you every step of the way. With over 2,000 five-star reviews, when you're ready to buy or refi, we'll work together to find the loan you need for the home you love. CMG Home Loans. Simplified, trusted, committed.
Thanks to these great sponsors for supporting MHG Life. Welcome back to MHG Life, and today I've got Renee White. Hey girl.
Hey.
What are you doing?
Just hanging with you and Callie.
As typical, I'm going to brag on you a little bit. You know, Callie and I, we know you, and I've known you for a long time. And you're a regional director for East Texas. A thankless position that doesn't pay anything, but anyway, you kind of keep the pressure off me. We have a lot of agents that call you and ask for advice because you know how I think. You're going to say, Terry would tell you this and that, and it gives them another layer of somebody, even though I'm available, but it gives them another layer of somebody that's in the field with them because you sell and compete with them. Mm-hmm. I don't, but you know the market. You know the Longview market, the East Texas market better than I do. You've been in it a while. You come from a lineage of one of the best realtors that East Texas has ever seen, your mom.
Yeah.
And she brought you along
Mm-hmm.
in the business. It took me how many years to get you at Miller Homes Group? 2 or 3? 3 years.
Ooh, 3 strikes and 3 misses. She finally came
It
around.
took me 3 years, and the reason, well, but you were always nice. You were always, if I'm ever ready, you'll be my call, and it worked out that way. You have a beautiful daughter that I brag and tell her she's my daughter, okay? You have a great husband who supports you in anything that you do. Mm-hmm. You raise chickens,
42 now.
Lots of chicken. So, you know, when everything goes to in a hand basket, I know where to get my eggs.
I haven't started selling them yet, but I think I need to.
You're going to have
See.
to.
No.
You're going to have to.
I'm getting 21 a day.
Yeah.
21 eggs a day.
What do you do with 21 eggs a day?
Give them to mom, friends.
Yeah. So your mom's been in Longview.
Neighbors.
Yeah, exactly. Your mom's been in Longview real estate for how long?
I think she's been doing it 30 years.
So that's Joanne Freeman,
And
for anybody that wants
yeah,
to know. And
yeah.
she,
I told her I was going to be wheeling her in a wheelchair to show a house, and I'm like,
I get the, and she's going to watch this. So Joanne, I'm teasing. I get the lecture from her every year. I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm going to retire. And you and I look at each other and just grin.
yeah, because every time she says she's going to retire, she'll have $2 million pending.
Yeah, she'll have $2 million pending and go buy another rent house. You know?
Nonchalantly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She gets out of bed and trips over more sales than most agents. But
Yeah.
And then you came along right behind her and are a top producer. You dealt with some family surgeries and some stuff this year, but you still managed to be a top producer. But the other day you were telling me I didn't do the numbers I wanted to this year. I'm like, I had to list all the things you'd gone through this year and said, when would you have had time?
Yeah.
But most importantly, though, is
Well, family comes first.
Family comes first, and we profess to be God family business, and sometimes we have to take care of both those others before the business gets taken care of. But you're instrumental. You made the phone call when we were moving the Tyler office to say, hey, can we do something in Longview? You called me and said, can we possibly drop one of the suites we have in Longview and open one up in Gladewater, because we have, 7 to 9 agents that basically circle that area.
And they've been bugging me
And so
every day.
I said,
I'm
yeah.
like, we're looking.
I said, yeah, I'll consider it. And you sent me a building, and then you drug Katie in, and we had a building like an hour later, well, a week later, but you know, it was just like, okay, Katie, Katie's like, I know somebody, we got this. Next thing you know, I'm driving over and bringing money.
Yep.
And so.
Thank you.
Oh, no, thank you, because that's the way we work. You put it to me like, hey, if we drop this one and pick up that one, the only expense we'll have is a little bit of moving and hooking up. And I'm like, hey, I'll do that all day long. And it makes sense. What we had 3 years ago, we had agents coming into the office. Well, after 3 years ago, we don't need that much office space. We need it more
No.
localized, because literally there's 6 of you that live within 5 minutes, 10 at the most, from where the new office is going to be in Gladewater. But we had a specific need. We wanted it downtown. We didn't want it anyplace else. And I was telling the story
It's
about.
perfect.
I was telling the story about you and I walking with Katie at the sidewalk. You can't go anywhere with Katie in Gladewater. She's in this building. Somebody's coming out to say hi. And
Yes.
But one of our favorite food places. And so you started off in Longview.
In 2011.
2011.
January 3rd, 2011.
Now, you and Mark had just been married?
2005.
2005. So, y'all were married
18
6
years.
Y'all both started at the city?
Started with the city.
Yeah.
And my mom kept saying, you need to quit your job. Get into real estate. And I'm like, I'm vested. I can't quit my job. And so I quit my job. Anyway, in 2010, December 31st was my last day there, City of Longview.
And I see the support you have from Mark. So that was a no-brainer for him, if that's what you wanted to do. He's always what you want to do. And he's great. Now, he retired a few years ago. And you guys...
5 years ago, I
Was
think.
it 5? Is it 5?
I think so.
Yeah. And then you guys have I don't know, I call it a farm.
But we went from Longview
to Gilmer.
to Gilmer. No, Longview, Storage, Gilmer, and now we're in Gladewater.
Gladewater. I think you're there for a while.
I'm going to die there.
Yeah.
I'm not moving again.
Yeah.
Neither's Mark.
No. Well, it's a good place to have a wedding. We did that.
Yes,
So we had that.
yes.
You've had weddings there. It's a house built for entertaining. I've never seen one laid out better for entertaining, the way the kitchen and everything's set up.
I like it.
Tell me about what you've seen the business evolve in East Texas, Longview area over the years.
Growing. We have a lot of people from Washington, Oregon, California coming this way. And of course you see the prices of homes going up too. But it's kind of slowed down just a bit.
Not enough inventory.
There's not enough inventory, and you're still seeing competing offers.
Yeah, in some segments you are.
It just depends on where the house is located.
And you have higher interest rates, and the markets on the West Coast are crashing, so those people aren't able to sell them.
Exactly. That's exactly where I was going with that. And on top of that, they get in that price range, and it's like there's so many that qualify for that sweet spot, 350 to 500, and you're like, we've never, like, that's never been a deal. Like, that 250 was normally a sweet spot. Well, now we've kind of started into that higher price range, and now everybody, I mean, you see them, I mean, we deal with it all the time now, of multiple offer situations because there isn't any inventory of those higher price range homes, and you're just like, never in a million years I think a starter home was going to cost me $400,000.
Well,
you know?
5 years ago, the average price of a home in East Texas was $168,000. Today, it's $400,000.
Well, I'm about to list one in Diana with 3 acres, and it'll go quick. It'll probably be in the 5s.
Well, you have one, and I don't know when this will air, and hopefully it's sold by then. But you have one that I'd love to buy. It's almost $2 million, but my gosh, it's one of the best. You seem to get. Well, I'm just going to say this nicely. You don't take listings that won't sell. That aren't marketable to sell, okay? If you go in and you're the type and say, yeah, okay, I'll go ahead and list it, but you need to do this, this, and this. You go in and tell them, when you do this, this, and this, I'll list it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And because if you do it the other way, they never finish up doing what they should do. So you get, when somebody looks at a listing that Renee Weish has on the market, it's ready to sell. It's ready to be bought.
Oh, yeah. Like my one in Gilmer, it's a ranch, and so it could be a wedding venue, it could be an Airbnb. It'd be perfect for, you know,
I want it.
a company, you know, to
I
buy.
don't want to move, but I want it. I'd like to make it.
I do too.
I'd like to make it a Miller Homes Group retreat, and of course, me and Mark would have to go up there and make sure everything works right. You know, but like the smoker and the beer fridge and anyway.
As long as the beer fridge is working, they're good.
Yeah, like I think Mark.
It's a perfect getaway.
Yeah, it is, and it's beautiful, but it's a unique market. It's a unique price range because when you get above about $1 million and $1.5 million, those customers can still be picky in the marketplace. When you get those 350 to 500 now, those customers that are picky are going to end up out of a house. They're not going to be able to get a house because they're blah blah blah. Well, if you hesitate, you lose. We have this situation all the time where you've got a potential buyer calls you back in 2 days, and they go, well, yeah, I really want to make an offer on that house. I'm sorry. The house is already under contract.
It's gone. You waited too long.
Yeah, it's gone.
Or that pre-qualification letter. I mean, like, there's no business of you looking at one, because when you fall in love with it and you say, oh, we want to write an offer, well, where's your pre-qual letter? Well, if you ain't got one, you're at least 24 to 48, maybe 72 if you're working with a lender to get that pre-qual letter. 3 days later, it's not going to be there, unfortunately.
No,
we've got to move, so
yeah,
being
if they're
prepared.
working with an out-of-state or an internet lender, in some cases a Dallas or a Houston lender, they don't answer the phone. I mean, we don't make any money off anybody, but you have Seth. We have some great lenders. We can call on the weekend and say that send them online. They're filling out a credit app for you right now. I need a pre-qual, and then I need them pre-approved by next week. That's kind of the way we work now, isn't it? That's awesome. This is Terry Miller, and we'll be right back to MHG Life. This is MHG Life, sponsored in part by the following. I'm Terry Miller with MHG Life, and if you've ever thought about having a title company represent you and do what's right for you when you sell or you purchase a home, Terry Title is my choice. TerryTitle.com will do everything you need to make sure your home purchase goes smooth on the title end. You can reach them at 903-991-3512 or TerryTitle.com. The greatest feeling in the world as a real estate agent is getting a couple into their first home and putting a couple into their last home.
No matter how big Miller Homes Group may become, they will always be your hometown real estate company.
We make our money the old-fashioned way. We sell you a house. I want to be one of the ones that everybody runs to and says, there's a model. They take care of their customers first.
Miller Homes Group, your hometown real estate company. Find an agent online at millerhomesgroup.com.
We can show you how to save money on your insurance without sacrificing important protections for your home, auto, and more.
All you have to do is go to thegooseheadguy.com, enter your home address, and click Let's Do This.
Normally when shopping online, you get inundated with phone calls from multiple agents. Here, you get a licensed insurance professional from our local office reviewing your situation and making a qualified recommendation from within our portfolio of over 80 carrier options.
With Goosehead Insurance, FOP Agency, we know time is money, so we'll save you both.
Linden, Texas is home of musical legends Don Henley and T-Bone Walker. The town is the county seat of Cass County and was established in 1852 after a redivision of territory had given the old county seat of Jefferson to Marion County. The town site was laid out by a Mayor Wood, who named it for his former home of Linden, Tennessee. Because of its position as the county seat, downtown Linden has always been a center of activity. But like a lot of towns, commerce moved away from the center of the city. However, Linden, like many other cities across the country, has made efforts to bring life back to downtown. Proof lies in the businesses who have moved into historic buildings to bring life back to downtown Linden. Welcome to the Groovy Armadillo, a shop full of fun and curiosity, all of which are available for purchase. To add some fun to your home, meet Lucky and Janelle Boyd, the groovy owners of the Groovy Armadillo.
Well, it's a store where the store is the star, and you come in and you look and you enjoy all the things you see, and it does several things. It reinforces any collection you may have had in your life. Oh, I used to collect these, or I still collect these, or I used to have one of those when I was a child. And then it lets you look around the store and then start around a second time and see things you haven't seen before.
The short answer, of course, is that this is our brain. This is our brain in a building. Our combined cracked, weird brains.
And if the contents of this store are anything like the inside of the mind of Lucky and Janelle, you may just want to spend a lot of time visiting the Groovy Armadillo.
Here we are.
The Groovy Armadillo is part of what's keeping downtown Linden alive and kicking.
We can show you how to save money on your insurance without sacrificing important protections for your home, auto, and more.
All you have to do is go to thegooseheadguy.com, enter your home address, and click Let's Do This.
Normally when shopping online, you get inundated with phone calls from multiple agents. Here, you get a licensed insurance professional from our local office reviewing your situation and making a qualified recommendation from within our portfolio of over 80 carrier options.
With Goosehead Insurance, FOP Agency, we know time is money, so we'll save you both.
The greatest feeling in the world as a real estate agent is getting a couple into their first home and putting a couple into their last home.
No matter how big Miller Homes Group may become, they will always be your hometown real estate company.
We make our money the old-fashioned way. We sell you a house. I want to be one of the ones that everybody runs to and says, there's a model. They take care of their customers first.
Miller Homes Group, your hometown real estate company. Find an agent online at millerhomesgroup.com.
Getting a home loan shouldn't feel like an obstacle course. At CMG Home Loans, getting a loan is simple. Our loan officers are here for you every step of the way. With over 2,000 five-star reviews, when you're ready to buy or refi, we'll work together to find the loan you need for the home you love. CMG Home Loans. Simplified, trusted, committed.
Thanks to these great sponsors for supporting MHG Life.
Welcome back to MHG Life, and today we have Miss Jordan Young.
Hey.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Heck with real estate for a second.
Okay.
What made you decide to be a taxidermist?
I am so sick of my husband spending so much money on duck mounts.
Oh,
so she said,
I like him. I like, no.
We this past year, my 6-year-old went and hunted for youth season, and she shot her first wood duck.
I remember.
And she did it all by herself. She was so proud of herself. And then we have our duck dog Reed. We took him on his first hunt. He retrieved a mallard this year, so we got both of those mounted. And the taxidermist that we took him with, phenomenal guy.
Was it $600 a bird?
No, it was $700 together. But I was like, Oh my gosh, I can't do that.
She said, I can do this for cheaper.
Well, but not only that, I mean, it's just something else that I can do on the side whenever I do slow down, because real estate is so wavy.
It is.
And especially around the holiday season, everyone gets settled in, and you know, duck season is
now.
your winter month.
Yeah,
We're in teal
coming up.
season right now,
Yeah.
and so, you know, in November we'll start duck season, and it'll go until January, February, I believe. And so, you know, after the holidays, people are like, hey,
And that keeps you busy all the way into summer.
Yes, and they're like, hey, I have, you know, Christmas money. My grandma gave me Christmas money. I want to get this duck mounted. And so it just kind of gives me something to do. It really does. And if I'm good at it, great. If I'm not, oh well.
Well, I'm always amazed at what you guys do or have done. She was a meat carver.
No, you weren't.
Yes, she was.
Oh my
She was a meat carver.
Not a carver, a cutter. There's a difference.
Cutter, carver. Well, for me, there's not. But I mean, she, you know, little old buck nothing. Okay.
Yes, yeah.
She's, you know, she's grabbing slabs of beef and you know, cutting them up and.
Go,
you know,
yeah,
packing
I did
them
it
all.
through college. I saw my license.
Yeah.
That's
so
awesome.
pretty amazing. Well, it's been great having you
Yes,
today,
it's
Jordan.
been awesome.
Well, I'm so glad that you joined us. We'll be right back to MHG Life.
Expedition 80 DVDs are here. Follow Expedition Texas on our entire trip across the state on historic Highway 80. Ride along from East Texas through Dallas-Fort Worth, where the highway is still active. Then settle in for the long haul all the way to the New Mexico state line, discovering lost Texas history all along the way. Order your Expedition 80 DVD by clicking store at expeditiontexas.tv.
The greatest feeling in the world as a real estate agent is getting a couple into their first home and putting a couple into their last home.
No matter how big Miller Homes Group may become, they will always be your hometown real estate company.
We make our money the old-fashioned way. We sell you a house. I want to be one of the ones that everybody runs to and says, there's a model. They take care of their customers first.
Miller Homes Group, your hometown real estate company. Find an agent online at millerhomesgroup.com.
That completes this week's edition of MHG Life, and we look forward to you joining us again real soon.
Getting a home loan shouldn't feel like an obstacle course. At CMG Home Loans, our loan officers are here for you every step of the way. With over 2,000 five-star reviews, when you're ready to buy or refi, we'll work together to find the loan you need for the home you love. CMG Home Loans. Simplified, trusted, committed.
I'm Terry Miller with MHG Life, and if you've ever thought about having a title company represent you and do what's right for you when you sell or you purchase a home, Terry Title is my choice. TerryTitle.com will do everything you need to make sure your home purchase goes smooth on the title end. You can reach them at 903-991-3512 or TerryTitle.com.